Career recalibration. So ladies and gentlemen, before I bring up this young man who have done well for himself, I would like to read a little bit of his profile. Not everything, because his profile is very long. He's a tall man, so his profile is long. So I'll just take few of his profile, then he comes to give us what he has for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about no other than Mr. Kelechi Jeremiah Thompson. He's a distinguished human resource management professional with a proven track record in strategic talent acquisition, workforce optimization, and leadership development as a group of head of human resource at Skyfrost Nigeria Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, on this day, being the 4th day of January 2025, Roadmap 2025, I want to present to you no other than Mr. Kelechi Thompson to discuss on career recalibration. Let's put our hands together for him, please. Keep clapping, please.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Is my voice too low? Good afternoon, everyone. We are still maintaining steeze and composure. Can you just say hi to your neighbor? Say you're welcome. With a smile on your face, look at your left and your right, say you're welcome. So let's ease off. We are too compact. Let's ease off a bit. Because of the time given to me, I want to run off as fast as I can. I don't know if it's ready, right? Thank you so much. So today, I'll be talking about navigating career growth. Navigating career growth. A roadmap for personal and professional success. A roadmap for personal and professional success. And before I start, the first thing I would like to ask is, why are you here? Why are you here? It is very important that you know why you're here. You woke up this morning, you dressed up, put on your best to be here. But if you are asked, why are you here? What will you answer? Why are you here? Because time is so important to every one of us here, gainfully engaged in a lot of things. Time is very important. For us to be here, it means we have identified this place as an important place to be at this time. So every minute is very important. Everything we are going to be doing today is very important. Please, the next slide. So can you just whisper to your neighbor, say, neighbor, why are you here? If you are here to find a wife, better tell you, just say it now, let's know. All right. Please, let's move. Before I run through the content, I would like to ask, were you successful in making progress towards your goals in 2024? If you are here and you achieved all your goals in 2024, just wave your hands, let me see. All that you set out to achieve in 2024, if you achieved it, let me see your hand. Oh, okay. So if you achieved some of them, okay? If you achieved none of them, let me see your hand. None in 2024, don't be ashamed. None. All right, so everyone here achieved some of our goals for 2024. So in 2025, do you want to achieve some or all? All. And when you say all, how many? How many do you want to achieve in 2025? You see, what lies before us and what lies behind us cannot be compared to what lies within us. So, whatever you need to be at the next level of your life, you already have it. So let's run. This is the content. Let's just move. We just start up this slide. The discovery of self. The discovery of self. You see, my story is a very interesting one. Yeah. And being the last born in a family of 5, and you're growing up and you're seeing that, guy, if you don't buckle up, you will remain in this cycle. So from a very early stage in life, I had a global mindset. From a very early stage, I could tell what I don't want. I could tell what I want to do from a very early stage. So the first thing for you to begin to talk about recalibration, you need to know who you are. Who are you? Not what are you. You can be a teller, you can be, who are you? Yeah, there's a difference between who you are and what you are. Who are you? Have you been able to discover who you are? Yes, I always like to give a little bit of my story so that we can flow together. My father always had this dream before any of his child is born. You have this glimpse of the future of the child. And the night my mom was about to give birth to me, he had a dream and he saw a very tall man appear to him and introduce himself as Dr. Evangelist Jeremiah and all that and all that. And he was so happy. The light from the man was so much that he could not look into the eyes of the man. And when the man introduced himself and they hugged, there was a knock on the door. Your wife just put to bed a boy. He said, tell my wife the name of that boy is Jeremiah. And that's where my English name came from. So I grew up with that mentality that I was different. Every dream he had, but my own, there was something about me. So even though the surroundings didn't look like it, like what I really wanted for my future, who I was, there was always a fire burning within me that I could be more. There was something. I could be more. The firstborn wasn't doing so well, secondborn, thirdborn, but me, no, I could be more. So, before you talk about recalibrating, first you need to have what we call self-discovery. And the first time I was to take on a flight, it was like, for my mother, it was like a miracle. Yeah, you want to fly? In our lineage, nobody don't fly. Are we together? Because that young boy knew that there was something about him that was different, even though he found himself in Suleja. He knew that the environment would not define his future. In the jungle, the lion is not the fastest. The lion is not the strongest. It's not even the most skillful in the jungle. It's not the fastest, it's not the strongest. But how come anytime he sees a lion, he sees meat? I'm going to eat it. Why? Mentality. So you may not be the best, you may not be reckoned with. Tell your neighbor there's hope for you. Self-reflection, exploration of passion and interest. Understand your values. What are you passionate about? You see the reason why this place is not filled up? If it's their top celebrity now, let's say for example Davido here. Some people, young ones that have not gotten job, that are still hustling, that are still asking mommy for change, we go and borrow money, pay 20,000 to attend the show because it's a celebrity that is coming for this place, for this kind of event. But it's because when they come here, they're going to listen to grandma, people that are already there. What am I going to get? That's why this hall is not filled to the brim. But if he has added Davido to the flyer, this place will be filled to the brim. And people will attend such programs and go back the same way, empty. Empty. They will just come shout, and all that, and waste energy and go back empty. But you see, everybody here under the sound of my voice, if you are a young man, if you are a fresh graduate, if you're already a mid-level professional, this is a privilege that is not common. So once again, let's celebrate the convener of this program. So because he gave me a little time, I would have wanted a longer time, but I'm going to try as much as possible to manage it. Setting and achieving career goals. Setting and achieving career goals. Success is not measured by how you compare to others. Success is measured by what you are capable of doing. Most times we rate ourselves as I'm doing better. After all, I'm doing better than Ima. I'm doing better. No. What is the optimum capacity of your personality? What can you do? You compare yourself with that. Setting and achieving career goals. SMART. S stands for what? Specific. M what? Measurable. Actionable. Realistic. Time bound. You want to set goals? You are here. You want to set goals for yourself? I didn't start off being a human resource person. For me, human resource is not just a profession I wanted because of money. For me, it feels like a calling. While I started off first being a manager in Czech Republic, for those of us in Suleja, you will know. I was first the manager of the Czech Republic in Gwarimpa, then I was moved as manager. That was the first job after NYSC. Then I was moving to be a manager in Suleja, of Czech Republic in Suleja. While I was doing that, that was my first job at NYC. I knew that there was something more. So some of you are doing a job now. You are just doing the job, just keep up. But that's not your calling. That is not the end. That is not your vision. That is not your vision. By the grace of God, I've been able to set up. We are the co-founder of Standard Institute of Training Institute in Abuja, and we have a platform of over 4,500 graduates. And every year, my sole goal is to ensure 500 people get job through that platform. Through that platform, 500, nothing less than 500 graduates must get job. For January alone, I've given 10 people jobs as I'm speaking with you. Only for these few days we've spent. Are we together? Because I knew where I came from, and I knew what the struggle was. And I knew that Nigeria is blessed with talent, but they are just not properly positioned. In the course of this slide, I'm going to be talking about the desert locust. The desert locusts, they are feeble insects. And by study, we found out that they can fly above the Pacific, from Africa, and up to 6,600 feet above sea level, and they can travel for 200 kilometers. It's feeble locusts traveling that far. And I began to say, I want to find out what is their secret. And I found their secret. The wind. They fly with the wind. That is what we call strategic positioning. So when the wind comes, they go with the wind, all of them together. And the wind takes them. So early enough, I discovered that when I hear about gatherings like this, I must be there. And that is how I begin to have a mental shift. That's how I begin to find, this man that has a lot of dream and vision, it is not money that is only the problem. Some of us think it's money. Yes, we use money to find money. But most of the people I met that started off, they are doing so well, didn't really have any uncle that gave them money or any auntie that gave them money. Now, setting and achieving career goals. Number one, you have to be specific. 2025 has started already. New year, new me, na lie you. It is not by professing. It can just be a normal lullaby for yourself. If you are not ready to begin to be strategic, you need to be specific. Ask yourself, Tunde, Ima, what do you want to achieve in 2025? Be specific. Write it down. You must be specific. In the next 3 years of my life, this is where I want to be in my career. I attended a conference, and one of the speakers was speaking so highly of himself, and he was calling himself world-renowned. He was just international best, Nigerian international best export in this, and one guy was just like, this guy is not world-renowned now. Why is he just speaking so highly of himself like this? I said, this question you're asking, because I knew the guy personally. I said, at the end of this seminar, let's have a one-on-one with him. And I brought him. I said, that thing you said, repeat it. He said, guy, you're not speaking world-renowned. I've checked your profile now. You're not that world-renowned now. And the man said, you are the one that needs evidence to believe that I'm world-renowned. I am already a world-renowned person. That was his mentality. That there is nobody else that can do it better. Do you think Paul Carl is the best in the field? Do you think he's the best in the field? Don't worry, when he comes, you will understand. It's the mentality. I've known him for years. It's the mentality. Oh, my father doesn't have. My mother doesn't have. In fact, there are many like you in the crowd with that same mentality. There must be a shift in the way you think. You have to be specific. In 2025, I'm not ending 2025 being a cashier in Chicken Republic. I'm not ending 2025 without having one professional certification in my area of passion. Write it down. Oh, I have passion for human resource. At the end of 2025, I must have my CIPM. Write it down. Don't think of money first. Write it down. If they say, come and write prayer requests for the year, some of you have written it, you have already dropped it in basket in the church. How many years have you been doing that? Because sometimes the prayers have been answered. You are just there sitting, waiting for God to bring it and drop it. It has been answered. Oh God, move. Take action. Measurable, specific, measurable. Don't just pick a goal. You must add measures to it. That is the reason why when I come to CV, I'm going to talk about CV and profile writing. Most of the reasons why, okay, I'll get there. Let me not rush into it. Make measurable goals can be tracked, allowing you to see your progress. They also tell you when a goal is complete. If you say, okay, by the end, by June 2025, I want to have an additional income generating asset. The reason why some of us are poor and why some of us are limited financially, because we are the only income generating asset. You alone, if you are not there, your business doesn't work. You alone. What makes those who are rich is because they have income generating assets, different things bringing in money. Are we together? So if by June, you say, by June I want to have an additional income generating assets, you put it down and you're specific about it. Actionable. Are you able to take action to achieve the goal? You must put, what are the actions? What do you want to do? List. I'm going to talk to 10 professionals in my field. Number 1, Pastor Dominion. Number 2, yes, that way. You must be detailed about it. Realistic. You have to be realistic about the goal. You don't have to just say, oh, because they say we should think big, you just write. You have to be realistic. Because if you are thinking globally, your dream, 2025 is not enough for you to achieve it. If you are thinking globally. Are we together? So there's a difference between you being committed and you being desperate. A committed man will follow the steps, the discipline to achieve his goal. But a desperate man, we want to cut corners. The next one is time bound. And like I've said, set a date. Set a time for yourself. I want to achieve this by this and this. By the end of January, this should be done. By the end of February, this should be done. Don't live your life to chance. Kings don't live their lives to chance. Let's move to the next slide. Are we together? Media. Okay. What is the most important factor when choosing a career path? What is the most important factor when choosing a career path? Media. Passion? Is it salary or market demand? This is a general question. We need to be a bit interactive here. What do you think is the most important factor when choosing a career path? Blessing. What is the most important factor? Yes, I'm going to call your names. Those that I know. I don't know. I call you by the way you look. Blessing. What is the most important factor when choosing a career path? Is it your passion? Is it the salary or market demand? Just pick, or all of the above. Yes. Pick one. You have passion, salary, market demand, all of the above. Passion. Thank you. Any other person? All right, sir. Thank you. Passion. All right. I need somebody else before I come to those in front. What do you think is the most important factor when choosing a career? Market demand. I like this one. Are you an Igbo man? Those in the front. Mr. Paul.
I would say it's passion. And I think I have my reasons for saying passion. Because no matter the career you are choosing, first of all, you need to be passionate about what you're doing. Because it is that passion that will keep you in that career even when things are not working. Like when I started my fashion business, or when I started my fashion, my clothing line, the business did not pick up immediately. It was not working at some point. But I was still doing what I was doing. It was passion that kept me in it. Passion kept me in it until it started working. So I would say the first thing you should consider is, am I passionate about this thing? If you're not passionate, don't even try to go. Don't even try to just to even to step in there, because it is not always rosy. No matter the career, it's not always rosy. But those days, those dark days, it is your passion that will keep you in it. So I want to say, for me, it's passion.
Okay, you have a different answer. Please, my time. They say 10 minutes more.
I think I will lean slightly different, because passion is good, but I'll take all of the above. And reasons being that you have to arrange them strategically. Passion won't feed you, because you can go broke and hungry, right? So, but passion is good because you need salary to be able to fuel passion. And with your skills, you need to know what is in demand to be able to get paid for you to fuel passion and for you to become relevant. So everything is still falls in the same line, but you have to be strategic about it.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. If you go for passion, let me see your hand up. If you go for all of the above, let me see your hand up. Wow. Okay. Do you want to know what my answer is? Okay. I understand why Paul Carl was saying passion, because if the why is not solid enough, when every other motivation fails, it's the why that will keep you going. That's why he said passion. Right? But because of where we find ourselves, we align our passion first. We begin to connect the organization that will pay me better salary. All right? And I study microbiology. I'm not doing microbiology. It's not in market. Oh God. It's not in the market. Okay, let's move ahead. We already know the answer. Creating a roadmap because of my time. A career roadmap acts as a strategic guide, helping you to gain specific skills or certification, build strong professional relationships, stay flexible, regular check-ins. Now we are at the climax of my presentation, and I want our attention. We are creating a roadmap. Please, media person, please help me. Just take it back. Take it back. Oh, thank you. We are creating a roadmap because the roadmap is what the strategic guide. Number one, you have to gain specific skills and certifications. I want to be this. Do you have the necessary skill? Oh, when I discovered that my passion was in human resource, I had to get the certifications. I have 6 certifications in human resource. Aside the other online certifications, because why? I was going into that field with a different mindset. For me, it was like calling. All right? So build strong professional relationships. Yes, what helped me to rise very high? I am the group head human resource for Skyforce Nigeria. It's a conglomerate in Abuja. And I am the youngest to occupy that position since the onset of that company, the youngest. And every other person in the management table, I am also the youngest. But I achieved most. Why? Because I had to build myself. You see, platforms, they are for performance, not for practice. When platforms will show, they will not ask, it's not for experimentation. Perform. It's for performance and not practice. So whatever you are desiring, are you preparing yourself for it? Are you preparing yourself for it? A man can be 10 years hibernated, you will not hear anything about him. One day opportunity comes, and when he stands and begins to speak, you know that this man is not just coming from the cave of Adullam. He is prepared for that position. Sorry, for those of you who are not Christians, cave of Adullam, sorry. So you need to be prepared. Sometimes you need to leave whatever you are doing. You need to isolate yourself. Go and do what I call it, go and cook yourself. Fast TikTok sometimes. Fast social media. Consecrate that time and build. If your passion is in a particular field, go and
go and list all the 10 people who are doing so well in that field. List them out. What did they do? What is their story? Okay, what are the skills I need? List all these things down. It is not by going and hitting your head on the rock. God has answered your prayer. Oh. Stay flexible. Adapt your roadmap as you grow. As Nigeria begins to, economy begins to, begin to also have to what? Adapt. And by adapting, sometimes you need to innovate. The same way you are sewing your clothes, when you begin to see that the competition and the trend, you begin to adjust and be adding some little things. Adaptation. Some of you, the same way you have been making that chin, that's how you are making it. The same way. Tying it in one leather that you buy from Mama Chica. The same way. Let's move to the next slide because of my time. I want to run. Which of these celebrities started their career in an entirely different field? All of them. They started their career in an entirely different field. All of them. The Rock, that you know, he started as a footballer. From footballer, he became what? A wrestler. From wrestling now into movie, right? What are you doing now? The same thing, you move to Oprah Winfrey as a journalist. But who is she now? A media mogul, producer. Jeff Bezos, he was a banker, but now the producer of Amazon. So whatever you're doing, that doesn't mean that is the goal. Doesn't mean that is the goal. I study microbiology, but I'm not using the certificate is at home. I've given it to my father. He can't even remember what I studied in school again. Let's move on. Let's move on. Because of my time, I'm just trying to continue skill development and networking. Enroll in accredited programs, pursue certifications, dedicate time regularly to self-study and explore new subjects, engage with thought leaders and influencers in your field to stay informed, attend conferences and workshops to stay updated on the latest trends and advancements. You coming here today is because you have clarity of what you want to do for your life in 2025. So I commend you for that. I had a son say, identify one mentor this week. This week, identify one mentor in your field of passion. Reach out to one professional in your field this week. Write it down this week, this week. You can be here right away. Identify one person that it can be a mentor to you. One this week. Be intentional. Approach them. They will not beat you. Highest they will say they cannot accommodate you. So I want you to mentor me in this field. I want to be this. Don't wait to next slide, please. Because of our time. Apply for internships, score programs, participate in volunteer projects, seek out cross-functional projects within your current role to broaden your skill. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Next slide, please. Build your personal brand. Who are you? When we decide to check out the job I got after my first job after NYC, they had to go and check me out. They checked my LinkedIn, checked my Facebook, checked my Instagram. Then they came back and said they want to give me the job. If we do the same for you, are we going to think that you are credible enough to give you a job? So don't think the social media is just for jokes alone. Be very intentional. Anything you are doing, be very, very intentional about it. Then we move to the next. Strategies for career growth in the corporate space. Seek mentorship, pursue leadership and professional certification, balance technical and interpersonal skills. Sorry, I'm rushing because he didn't give me time earlier before now. So I'm just trying to overcoming challenges, dealing with setbacks, seeking support and building resilience. Yes, as you want to be great in this field, you're going to have challenges. A time will come where you're going to say, I don't think I heard God clearly, or I don't think I saw it clearly. Maybe it is not right. A time will come like that. A time is going to come in your life where you're going to question if actually you are doing the right thing. All right? But you have to be resilient. You have to be resilient. The reason why 7-Up is 7-Up is because when he failed the 6th time, he didn't give up. He failed first, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th. It was the 7th time that he got it right. That is why you have 7-Up today. So how many times have you failed? How many times have you failed? Can we move to the next? Sorry, there is a call to action in the former slide. Mention your next 3 career steps. What's the next skill you will learn this month? What is that skill you need to learn this month? Mention it, write it. That skill you need to learn this month. If it's data analysis, write it down. If it's data analysis you're going to learn this month, write it down. If you want to go into, there's so much. I can't really list all of them. But you know, AI is changing the game now. All right, it's changing the game. So let's move. Adapting to the future of work. I think I've explained much of this. Let's move to the next slide. Applying for jobs. Create a standard CV and cover letter. I have created over 726 CVs for the last 346 days. Yes, I create CVs. Because as a human recruiter, now we use a system we call the applicant tracking system software. That's the ATS software. So for top organizations, if I am recruiting, because as a recruiter also, because we have a firm that recruits for organizations, if we are recruiting, and we want to recruit for NMBC or want to recruit for a top firm, we are going to have like 3,000 applicants or 4,000 applicants. A human recruiter will not stand. I will not stay and begin to look at the CVs one after the other. So what we do is to use the ATS software. And when your CVs come, we have already imputed what we need on the ATS software. We pass all the CVs and select the CVs that we want. That is the one that will come to me at the end of the day on my system. So when I craft CVs, I ask you, are you a mid-level professional or do you want an ATS or what do you want to use the CV for? Then I design a CV to suit that purpose for you. Are we together? So go back home, and I've seen a lot of graduates very good at what they're doing, but when they say, well, let me see your profile, let me see your CV, they just go to one cafe here in Suleja. Just use any format. No. The world has gone beyond all that. The world has gone beyond all that. As of last week, someone reached out to me because she was applying for an international scholarship for the last 4 years. Somebody reached out. So I designed the CV for her. I wrote the statement of purpose for her. And when she was crying because she got it. And she was like, but I have paid some people to help me to write CVs. I said, no, not everybody has the understanding of what is needed. The first thing I will ask is, where are you submitting it to? And I will tell you what they are expecting from your CV. Are we together? So, by the reason of this, I'm going to help at least 4 persons to draft their CV for free. All right? So let's move to the next. Things to take out of your CV. I can't do that now because of time. But there are many things you need to take out of your CV. Now, using ChatGPT. Oh, I want to go for an interview in NNPC. ChatGPT. How many of you have ChatGPT in your phone? Graduates, young professionals. You don't have ChatGPT on your phone. Please download it now. Go to Play Store. Download it now. Right away. You can use it to prepare for an interview. Oh, I want to go for an interview in NNPC. You say, ChatGPT, I want to attend an interview. Okay, give me a rundown of the company profile to provide. Okay, I'm applying for this position. What are the necessary questions that I'm going to expect? ChatGPT will provide. Everything prepares you. So you can use ChatGPT for a whole lot of things. AI is changing the game. You have been out of job since you graduated. Some people that have assisted, they've been home for 6-7 years after school, no good job. You are doing job of 35,000, 40, 50,000, 80,000, 100,000, and you have a family to feed. A family of 4 and 5. You are suffering. You are suffering. They are paying you 80,000 this time, and you graduate. You are suffering. You transport and go, you are spending 70,000 on transportation alone. Then how much is left? You're going to pay rent. You're going to buy Pampers if you have a child. So let's move. I'm already rounding up. I know the MC is going to fight me now. Let's move. Started. I've talked about the desert locusts. I wanted to explain it. Let's move. Have you read at least one book in your area of passion? Have you read at least one book in your area of passion? That area you have passion. Have you read at least one book? Ask yourself that question. Let's move to the next. These are a list of books that you can read in your field. Let's say you are in sales and business strategy. Go and read $100 Million Offers by Alex Amosi. Go and read it. You need to build your mind. You need personal growth and you want to change The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I've read so many of them. I just brought out a few of them out of here. If you are into finance and wealth building, go and read The Richest Man in Babylon. If you are into persuasion, marketing, go and read Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Kiyosaki. If you Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, Time Management and Productivity. Goal Setting and Focus and Success. Read The Power of Focus by Jack Canfield. Then Personal Development and Mindset. Read The Almanac of Naval Ravikant by Eric Jorgensen. These are books books that you read and you know that you cannot just continue to be. It's not about where you are, it's about who you are becoming. Because I tell a person, I can see where you are today, even though your salary remains the same. By next year, by this time, even though your salary is the same, who you are should not be the same. Because who you are becoming is better than what you are getting. Last slide. The closure note. This is the summary of everything I've been talking about. Build professional network, seek mentorship and guidance, embrace continuous learning and development, take challenging projects and responsibilities, balance work and personal life, leverage education, attend seminars, take courses, get certifications, create a strong resume for yourself and portfolio, find the right job, continuous career development. Let's go to the last slide, which says, show me a man who never had complications in the quest for success, and I will tell you how little his dream is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kelechi Thompson. That was a very nice one. We want to apologize for the short time we gave to you. We saw that you have a lot to give to us, but time is not in our favor. But we pray and we wish that we'll organize an event just for you to come.